Hey everyone, back tuning into today's video, doing weekend forecast as usual on a Saturday, having a detailed look at weather. It's 7 days across the British Isles. We've got a fair amount of rain across the country at the moment. We'll have a look at the radar picture in a second. But actually, the coming week's going to have a lot of dry weather. High pressure is going to be dominating, and I think we should see mostly dry conditions across many parts of the country once we get today out of the way. So a very pleasant week coming up indeed. It's not going to necessarily be all that hot because the high pressure generally is still centred just to the west of the country, but certainly warm enough down in the south anyway, with temperatures going up sort of into the mid-20s at times in the middle part of the week. So all in all, a very, very pleasant week coming up. Now, before we get on with that, just say about the articles. Links to articles on all the pages at Gazette.com. Have browsed through widgets. Any articles that you're interested in, please click through. You're able to go off and read the article, and thanks very much for doing that. This video adds to most pages. They open out in the content when you watch them. They'll close back up again. Thanks for getting involved and helping to pay for the website. There's also going to be radar picture and charts coming from website.de and weatheroutlook.com. Find a link to both of those websites on the links page. So just very quick to talk about this band of rain. This is what's left over from last night's precipitation. We did have quite a lot of rain across the country last night, but generally it was without the lightning and thunder. So I'm sure you was wondering quite what happened to the thunderstorms. There was some thunder and lightning around. It was fairly limited, but there was a little bit around, but generally nowhere near as much as I was anticipating, and most of the other weather websites were anticipating. And it all just went a bit wrong, really, and these things do happen, particularly when it comes to thunderstorms. This takes quite a bit to come together, as it does in the winter with snow in a way. It takes quite a bit to come together to get widespread thunderstorms in this country. So it all went a bit wrong, and very sorry for that. But if you was one of those few places that did manage to get a little bit of lightning and thunder, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll just say that generally to get storms in this country, it's always best if you can get 2 or 3 days of hot weather preceding the breakdown. The old saying, of course, 3 fine days and a thunderstorm is very true. It's one of the weather laws that is very true. If you can build the heat up and build it up over 2 or 3 days, it's always better to generate widespread thunderstorm. What happened yesterday is we just had a little push of warmth out of France, but the heat hadn't really built up, and that's probably one of the reasons anyway. There are probably several other reasons, but one of the reasons why the storm potential was limited. So yeah, get 2 or 3 hot days, get temperatures up to around sort of 30 degrees, 86 Fahrenheit over a couple of days, and then let things go bang. And that's often the best way to generate summer thunderstorms, widely anyway, across the country. Anyway, with that in mind, let's get on with the weekend forecast. And as I say, this is a radar picture showing the leftover band of rain from the rain that developed last night, but without the lightning and thunder. That's through Wales, much of the Midlands, and going up into northeastern parts of England. You see there's some pretty bright colours mixed in with that, so still some quite heavy bursts left around. A few showers breaking out to the north of London. They're generally quite light. We've got this showery band up across Scotland, or the northeast of Scotland anyway, and that's producing some quite cool air actually as it drops southwards. It's bringing in quite a cold push from the north. So a fair amount going on today. Here's today's synoptic pressure chart. We've got a little cold front coming into the north of Scotland. We've also got a weather front left over from yesterday down across England and Wales. So a bit of a three-way split. The south, far south, is mainly dry today with a few bright sunny spells going through. We're hanging on to the warmth just about there with temperatures up to around 21 degrees, 70 Fahrenheit. Then we have that band of persistent rain through Wales and Midlands, north-east parts of England. That will turn increasingly light through the course of days, but weather front sort of dies in situ over the country. But do heavier bursts still around now, and they'll last into the afternoon. And then going further north still, we have that band of shower rain coming through the north and the northeast of Scotland, introducing significantly cooler air there. So temperatures up for the north of Scotland, just at 11 or 12 degrees today. Very, very cool day indeed. So on the south coast, coming up to 21, 70 Fahrenheit, and about persistent band of rain, probably nearer 14 or 15 degrees, something like that. Overnight, we'll keep a lot of cloud across the country, but that band of persistent rain will turn increasingly patchy and showery through the course of the evening and the night. So by the end of the night, probably most places dry, a few spots of drizzle perhaps still left, but I think really turning dry, but with a lot of cloud across the country through the course of tonight. Temperatures will hold up under the cloud, so no lower than around 12 degrees in the south. In the north, could get a bit cold if the sky is clear across Scotland, perhaps going down to 4 or 5 degrees up there. Moving through into Sunday, the high pressure starts to ridge in off the Atlantic, so it'll be a mostly dry day. A few spots of rain and drizzle still left, particularly in the morning, but mostly dry day. Fair amount of cloud, but some bright sunny spells start to move in from the north and the west. Temperatures in the south could still be up to 68 Fahrenheit, 20 degrees. In the north, probably quite cool for Scotland and northern temperatures, somewhere around the mid-teens, 14, 15, 16 degrees, something like that. High pressure continues to reach through the country overnight, Sunday into Monday. That could lead to quite a cold night on Sunday night if the sky is clear. Temperatures will go wide into single figures, and some rural parts could go down to sort of ground frost levels. That's very unusual for the middle of June. So a usually cold night, sunny into Monday, but the payoff will be that we have good sunny spells for Monday itself, and it'll be a mostly dry day as well. Temperatures after that cold start will recover in the strong June sunshine. Of course, we're nearly up to the longest day of the year now, so very, very powerful sun, with temperatures going up to around 19 to 20 degrees. Incidentally, although the temperatures aren't that high, 19 to 20 degrees, it's fairly warm, but nothing out of the ordinary. But because the sun is so strong now, it's at its highest point, do take care if you're out and about in the sun through the course of this week, because you will burn, even though it doesn't feel all that hot, you will burn in that sun very, very quickly. But a nice day on Monday, and that will lead to another fairly decent day on Tuesday. We'll go downhill a little bit for Scotland, because we'll bring a weather system through across the north and western parts of Scotland, with a little bit of patchy rain there. But the rest of the country will have a dry day with good sunny spells coming through once again. Temperatures will be lifting up as well in that June sunshine, so much of England and Wales could be going to 22, 23 degrees on Tuesday afternoon. That's around 73 Fahrenheit. Very, very pleasant temperatures. A weak cold front will start to move southeast across the country as we go through into Wales. That probably just increases the cloud, but I think much of England and Wales will get a mostly dry day with sunny spells. In the north and west, we'll have more cloud coming through at times with a few showers. Temperatures in the south probably peak on Wednesday afternoon, could be up to around 25 degrees in the far south and southeast, somewhere like London. That's 77 Fahrenheit. But in the north and west, it will be turning a bit cooler actually as that cold front clears, so temperatures there nearer 17 or 18. High pressure still in control as we go through into Thursday, sitting just to the southwest of the country. So a lot of dry weather, again with sunny spells and variable cloud. Temperatures a little bit lower, but still very pleasant in the south, around 22, 23 degrees. In the north again, in the mid to upper teens Celsius. And then as we go through to the end of next week, maybe signs that the high pressure is pulling further out into the Atlantic, perhaps allowing slightly cooler and cloudier air to start to edge down from the north. So the west probably gets the best of the sunshine on Friday, but the north and the east probably quite cloudy, and maybe even cloudy enough to produce a few showers at the end of the week. Temperatures in the north and the east dropping down to sort of 15, 16, 17 degrees, but still pretty warm in the south and west with temperatures of around 20 or 21. And that takes us through into next weekend with signs of the high pressure going further out into the Atlantic. Remember, the flow is going around the high pressure in that direction, so we bring the winds down from the north into next weekend. That will probably bring increasing amounts of cloud and cooler temperatures across the country as well. If skies go clear by night, it could get quite cold again next weekend at night, but still a lot of dry weather, so it is going to be a mostly dry week actually once today is out of the way. If I have a look at the charts from Weather Outlook, here we go with the weather for today. We've got that band of rain lying through central parts of the country, turning increasingly showery through the course of the afternoon and into the evening. Lots of dry weather for Sunday, but there could still be a few showers left about, but you'll be lucky to catch one of those. Still relatively warm in the south, elsewhere quite cool. Go through to start next week, high pressure's dominating, so good sunny spells coming through and almost universally dry weather through Monday and into Tuesday as well. Weather system will come south and east on Wednesday, a cold front. This is showing it quite active with some rain, but I think it'll be much weaker than that. Probably just no more than a few showers dropping south. It was pretty warm in the southeast before that front arrives. Going into Thursday, lots of dry weather. It will be a little bit cooler, but mainly dry with sunny spells. And that's how we go into Friday as well, most dry sunny spells. But turning increasingly cloudy and cooler in the north and the east, and possibly a few showers in the north and east as well at the end of the week. So in summary, we've got the rain across the country today, but that will be a dying feature once it's out of the way. High pressure is going to dominate for the rest of the period, turning pretty warm in the south up to the middle part of the week, and then a little bit cooler after that. But loads and loads of dry weather, and all in all, a very pleasant week coming up. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in the updates for Glastonbury, by the way, going off on a tangent, if you're interested in the updates for Glastonbury, they'll be starting on the events page this evening. It's within the time frame for GFS Bowl now, so Glastonbury updates begin on the events page this evening. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.